Hey, I'm back. It's good to be back in October Library again. Feels like it's been ages since I've been on here, but I'm back. So before I begin with the book review today, I'll explain where I've been for the past 10 days. Last week, a semi truck clipped our cable line where I live, and I had no internet, no phone lines for 10 days, which was hell. Oh, it was just very stressful. Not be able to go on like Facebook, YouTube, and other sites that I go on, and so yeah. So for 10 days I had no internet, so I basically was just reading much as I could on Nightfall, and just doing a bunch of other stuff to keep me occupied, like drawing, writing, playing video games, and reading, of course. So finally today the cable finally got repaired and is now set much higher. So hopefully it will not get hit by another truck or anything else. But anyway, that's where I've been so I haven't gone anywhere. It's just I had no internet, so for 10 days I was unable to do anything, and it kind of hindered my review because when I read books and stuff. When I'm writing my reviews, sometimes there's words I can't spell, so I look up words how to spell, like on Google, and I use the speaker feature on my headset, which allows me to get words, find words that I can't spell, right, which is really helpful. With no internet, I had trouble with trying to spell certain words, so it kind of slowed my review down a little bit. But I spent this morning finishing Nightfall, and now I'm finally done. So now I can go on to the next book I have picked out. All right, enough of that. Now that this is finally all over, I can get back to where I was. So anyway, for today's book review, Nightfall by Asimov and Robert Silverberg. This was published by Bantalan Books. First published by Doubleday on November 1990. The Bantalan edition is September 1991. This is a science fiction post-apocalyptic novel about a planet that has no moons. It's only got suns, and it's never experienced nightfall before. So it follows the other like the other. It follows basically when this nightfall happens and the chaos that it creates because people are not used to nightfall on this planet. It was a very interesting concept and idea. Definitely had some really good moments and some really shocking and disturbing moments too. A few things I didn't like with the book, but overall I enjoyed it. I've never read mixed reviews from people who liked this book and some who didn't. Some people felt that the original short story was better than this because this was an expansion of that. So I'm definitely going to check out the original short story that Isaac Asimov wrote, and I think there's a sequel to this book, Beyond Nightfall. I'll have to look into that, see if that's worth reading or not. All right, on to the book review. Plot. On the planet of Kalgash, it has 6 suns, with each one having its own name and in different positions. The residents of Kalgash have huge windows allowing sunlight to shine through and to always have a wonderful view of each sun. Dr. Sheeran of Salo University is at the hospital investigating an accident that happened during the Tunnel Mystery, or as Dr. Carradine, the director of psychiatric hospital, has come to call it the Tunnel of Horror, that has left several people dead with only a few survivors. Sheeran wants to speak with the victims while the lawyer sent there, Kibulo, is trying to dismiss this event as nothing more than an accident. When Sheeran and Dr. Callaton are speaking with one of the victims, a dock worker, he brought his family to Tunnel of Mystery after winning the lottery and was very proud to have won a ticket. A special event that allows people to go through a tunnel. However, during the ride, something went wrong as this victim suffered a mental breakdown. Carrington reveals to Sheeran that several people have been driven insane and refuse to enter any buildings, fearing they'll be trapped in darkness or have gone suicidal. Sheridan believes this ride should be closed and investigates it further, but knows the city council will try to get it reopened quickly. So Farah, a archaeologist and colleague of Sheridan, is at the ancient site of Bekumond. She and her team are forced to take shelter behind a cliff during a sandstorm as it nearly destroys her campsite. Sarah and her team are studying the oldest civilization of Kalgash and believes that the village they have discovered is built on the remains of a past civilization. Sheridan agrees to enter the tunnel of mystery to see what is causing people to have mental breakdowns. He also refuses to let anyone take his place or back out, wanting to prove he is brave enough to enter this ride as he doesn't want to be called a coward like in his past when he was scared of climbing a tall tree by other kids. When Sheridan is taken to the amusement park, he is given a abort switch if he's unable to handle it. Sheridan enters the tunnel of mystery. At first, everything is fine until he's suddenly covered in darkness for 15 minutes, fighting his fears as he refuses to press the abort switch, wanting to prove he isn't a coward. Able to control his fears, he is able to make it through, but is left shaken from this event. Cubolo believes this ride is safe, but Sheridan orders this ride to be closed down for good, as it's going to cause more harm and serious mental problems to anyone else who rides on it, and angrily tells off Cubolo that he only cares about money, not human lives. Meanwhile, at the Sale University Oratoria, Birre, a professor in astronomy, is meeting with two students, Faro and Umit, who want to share their report on the planet's gravitation, but is shocked to see the planet along with its six suns orbit is suddenly changing, which doesn't match past records. B&A doesn't believe it, but both students state they double-checked their work and it came out with the same answers. Birre even double-checks with the university's new powerful computer, and it too shows the same results. Further tests both on computers and reading the markings found from the ruins of Bakumot reveal an event that happens every 2,490 years when all six suns line up, causing a full eclipse, leaving the whole planet of Kalgosh in total darkness, and fire will rain down from the sky. An event Bevy believes will destroy the Sea of Sorrow and drive its citizens into madness. After head of Sale University, who has gone over everyone's findings on this Nightfall event, truly believes that it is the end of the world, but there may be a way to save millions of lives. A doomsday cult, Apostles of Flame, who predicted this event in their book of Revelations, After believes that this cult knows how to survive this event and are hiding secrets to the past cities that were destroyed by Nightfall. Because Affer doesn't want any involvement with this doomsday cult or risk the lives of his fellow scientists, Benny aids his reporter friend Fairman, who has already done an interview with their leader, wants him to gain their trust to find answers this cult is hiding from the public. But Affer makes it clear he also doesn't want politics getting mixed with this, as it would not only make them look bad to the public, but the city council would cover this whole event up that would lead to the death of millions of people. However, Affer doesn't trust Fairman after reading a report on Affer's theories that he doesn't believe any of them were true, while calling him a crackpot. But when Fairman is allowed to publish the Salo University's findings, he doesn't believe it, which not only hurts Farah's feelings but angers Affer, blowing his chances of helping them. 3 months later, the darkness begins to grow worse outside, with each sun fading away. Fairman is now starting to believe the team's findings and regrets the harsh words he used. However, things go from bad to worse when the leader of Apostles of Flame, Fulman, learns the scientists were trying to find answers of surviving Nightfall, threatens to burn down the university if they don't destroy their findings, as they don't want people to survive this event. And they are hearing reports of riots, looting, and buildings being set on fire. Affer refuses to surrender to a cult and orders the security to be ready for the mob and have the university locked down to keep everyone safe. When darkness falls on Saro University and the whole planet of Kalgosh, who will survive the night? How many will make it to dawn? Will Nightfall lead to their deaths or drive them insane? Nightfall is a dark yet at times frightening journey into madness and survival in a world that never has experienced total darkness before. Well-crafted and written story with a bunch of interesting cast of characters. While there were a few I didn't like, but most I enjoyed, the rest, seeing who is going to survive after the events of Nightfall. Reading the third act, which goes from science fiction to post-apocalyptic, as seeing the remains of Salo City along with the massive destruction and death toll Nightfall has caused on its citizens, and seeing which characters fared better against those who have gone insane or formed their own groups or organizations. Some scenes were shocking and disturbing, even with children who kill adults for their own amusement. However, there were some issues I didn't like with this novel. The whole tunnel of mystery was something I strongly felt shouldn't have been in the story, as it didn't make sense having people going on a ride through a pitch black tunnel for 15 minutes only to cause them to go insane or kill themselves after being exposed to darkness. And the name doesn't really sound like a mystery. It should have been called Tunnel of Death, which some of the characters commented on this ride. And I wish there were more scenes featuring the city of Salo as it was destroyed, as we only get the aftermath scenes with only the university. Lastly, I didn't like how the characters had numbers in their names. Overall, I recommend Nightfall as it's an interesting yet dark take on a doomsday event on a planet with no moons, only suns, and the mayhem it causes when total darkness engulfs everything, driving its people mad. It's worth a read. Alright, that is it for the book review today. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I really liked Nightfall. It was a really definitely good book. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it or not, but I'm glad I finished it, and I really did like it. So, now I'm done that book, I will then begin reading Battle Royale. This is a brick. This is like 666 pages, so I'm gonna try to read much as I can, so I can get started with the next set of books I got picked out as well. And stay tuned. Stay tuned as I'm gonna be doing a book haul video right after this. So after you're done watching the video, go to the book haul video next. Okay? All right. If you like this video, please like it, share it, and don't forget to subscribe to October Library, the YouTube channel, and the Facebook group with the same name, a place to put share and review fiction. Until then, I'll catch you later.